In Indiana, as in many parts of the country, there have been efforts predominantly by right-wingers to stop certain things from being taught under the rubric of opposing critical race theory, but going obviously way beyond that, since these sorts of generally middle and high schools don't teach critical race theory. Books have been banned, authors have been banned. But it's almost worse than that in the area of not explicit bans, but schools becoming so worried about bans that could come, attacks that could come, national coverage from places like Fox News that might shed a bad light on them or open them up to harassment by teachers, that they are now beginning to sort of opt into this. Before they're even required to comply with right-wing cancel culture, they're doing some incredibly weird things. And we've got an example of that coming from Sprunica Elementary School in Nineveh, Indiana. So they've made what I feel like is an unprecedented change where Black History Month lessons can be opted out of. And we know this thanks to the leak of this letter, which we'll show you a shot of. And then we'll give you a little bit, so that goes out to the parents, and obviously a parent needs to sign this. So in it, the school counselor, Benjamin White, explains that he will, quote, be coming around and teaching lessons related to equity, caring, and understanding differences. Says that these lessons will occur during the weeks of February 14th to 25th, and that these lessons can provide a great impact on students and help facilitate a better environment for all. So seems very positive towards these lessons and using the opportunity of Black History Month to do this. However, if you would like to opt out your child for receiving these lessons, then sign the form below and have your child return it to the school to give to the teacher. And what sort of environment have we produced where school counselors who seem to want to teach about equity and understanding and all of this stuff feel like, well, I have to at least give them the opportunity to opt out or it's gonna become a major scandal?
I mean, this is the snowflakiest of the snowflakiest, but John, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to go the other way with this. You know, how many years of Black history and all the good it's done us? You know, all these years of George Washington Carver and the Peanut, Thurgood Marshall, you know, the first Black Supreme Court judge, it's done us. What good has it done us? Maybe now when white folks find Black history and they do so voluntarily, they'll actually get the real stuff. Maybe they'll get some stuff about Paul Robeson, dirty, rotten commie that he was. He's a hero though. I didn't learn about Paul Robeson in school. You know, you don't really learn about stuff like Marcus Garvey in school. Like, and so I don't know, maybe this stuff isn't that necessary anyway. Maybe John McCain in Arizona was on to something. Get rid of the holiday, get rid of Black history. We're done, John.
I love the casual John McCain under the bus in that segment. Well, look, if anything can be allowed as long as parents are allowed to opt out, I would like to send you to Nineveh, Indiana, and you can teach your version of Black history that might have a stronger impact on these kids.
Hey, listen, I would love to talk to these fools about the NWA, Dr. Dre. These fools made Black history last month. You know, F the police. That's Black history to me, John.
Well, okay, well, hold on. I saw how people freaked out about the Super Bowl halftime show. I don't know what they're gonna say about these lessons you're about to be teaching. Now I'm a little bit worried.
Pam Grier, that's Black history to me.
There you go, we can get into that area too. Yeah, and look, we can certainly have a debate about the content of the classes and like virtually every other aspect of elementary schools, I think that they can certainly be modernized and we can question some of the ways that we do things. But I don't want counselors to be constantly terrified. And I don't want, like we saw a couple weeks ago, librarians now preemptively like going through their libraries and trying to find books that parents might complain about so that they can get them out of there so they don't get in trouble or fired. Like this is, like they want you to believe that cancel culture is like the Dr. Seuss publisher being like, hey, we got these books that like nobody's buying, we're not gonna do them anymore. That's not what a true cancel culture is. When you have librarians terrified of what people might be offended by someday, I feel like that's more in the area of an actual culture of canceling.
Yeah, and I just love the idea that their kids should have a right to grow up without like feeling guilty about the color of their skin. Like, I don't know, as a black person, I can't really speak to or relate to white guilt, but is that how it works? You just hear about like Thomas Jefferson and his slaves and you just automatically fall into a deep, dark depression of just like, oh my God, woe is me. Why do I have to eat so much tuna casserole? No.
I don't know. There's something wrong with me, Waz. I've thought this for a while, that I'm not broken in the way I'm supposed to be. I don't take all of this incredibly personally. Like I learned about white privilege and I accepted that it exists. And for some reason I didn't fall apart, and I've never understood why. Why couldn't I fall apart too?
You're not a good white, John. That's obvious. You're not one of the good ones.
Oh, I'm told that online, don't worry. Anyway, Nineveh, get your stuff together. And by the way, I don't know this school counselor, obviously, but seems like wants to do the right thing. Like, it's like, no, come on, parents, seriously, this would be really beneficial. You should totally do this, but fine, if you have to opt out, you can. Like, they're trying to create an environment where good people will not want to be in these schools anymore, and they will not want to have to go. They already suffered like innumerable massive obstacles to doing their job with basically no support, effectively no money. And now we're just making it harder, nebulously harder. Like, you have to constantly be predicting the ways that they're gonna come at you next. And they're like less well positioned in terms of financing and institutional support to accept that sort of environment than virtually anyone else. So anyway, the whole thing sucks.
Journalists, documentarians, here's a free idea. Go back 15, 10 years from now and talk to the kids that were being shielded from critical race theory and just talk to them and be like, did it work? Like, do you feel great about being white now? Like, please, for the love of God, folks, calm down.
Well, and in any event, between now and then, just start fitting in little bits of critical race theory and black history into like random like TikTok videos and stuff like that. Like in the middle of like a TikTok dance, like a Fortnite dance emote, just have them like mention the peanuts or something. Just make sure that people are absorbing at least a little bit of this. Anyway,
I think the black guy made the yellow light too, John. This is some of the stuff that I'm remembering from schooling about Black History Month. It's just these arbitrary facts, dude. Like, nobody was hurt in the process of that schooling.
Oh, jeez.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.